Hey guys, welcome back. It's Missy. Today I thought I would feature my lovely burn. I don't know if you guys could see it because I don't have that really cool like zoom camera. I was just minding my business, trying to cook my fish, and I went to go take it out and the oven attacked me. The rack, it just attacked me, and then I got this burn. Not filing any charges, we're on good terms now, but I got my little battle wound. So today's video is on self-sabotaging. Why do we do it? What are the signs of self-sabotaging? And how do we stop? So self-sabotaging is when you exhibit behaviors that hurt yourself or your relationships. It is usually a subconscious behavior that we're not aware of until someone points it out. Or even if maybe we journal about it and we come to our own realizations. But it's not something that we actively are thinking about, like, oh, I'm gonna go ruin my day, I'm gonna go ruin my relationships. Some signs of self-sabotaging are procrastination, self-harm, overeating, pushing people away, or getting into habits that can hurt you, like smoking or drugs or alcohol, too much alcohol. So you may start getting to know somebody and it may be going really well, and then all of a sudden you'll sabotage it. You'll do something to ruin it, or you'll have a goal you want to accomplish and you will procrastinate, or you will get in your way of doing it and make excuses for yourself. You will just do things to make sure that that good thing or that potential thing that you want doesn't happen. Why do we self-sabotage? That sounds silly. Like, why would we not want good things to happen? One, it could be beliefs. You don't believe you're deserving of good things. You believe you are unworthy. As a kid, you may have had a lot of bad things happen to you. So now that's your core beliefs, is that you believe that you are bad or you are deserving of bad things. You were made to feel not important, and your feelings, your wants and needs, they were all invalidated. So that then contributes to your feelings of undeserving and unworthiness. So when you believe you are unworthy, you then will not continue to go after the things that you desire. Or you will go into unhealthy things like unhealthy relationships, unhealthy habits, because that's what you think you are worthy and deserving of. So you will continuously go in that direction of that belief, because our beliefs make up our whole entire life. We act on our beliefs. You may suffer with imposter syndrome. So that means you doubt your own accomplishments and you have a fear that people will find you out, like they will find out that you're a fraud. This can come from maybe you grew up in an abusive home where you were made to believe you were this certain type of person, or you were doubted a lot as a child, or you watched your parents get into a lot of negative thought patterns. So you now have taken that on. You can self-sabotage out of familiarity. So if you are someone that grew up in chaos, you are going to crave that chaos. That is your normal. So when things are going too normal or they're going too good, you're like, wait a minute, this feels weird. Like, I'm not used to this. Like, I need to throw some chaos in this so I can be comfortable. When you grow up with dysfunction, you will look for dysfunction. It is also a lot easier to stay in a crappy job or stay in a crappy relationship because we are so used to things going wrong, and we are going to stick with what we know. You may do it out of control. So if you are someone that is like codependent, or you are someone that feels out of control and you feel helpless, you may sabotage because that's the one thing you do have control over. So you have control over overeating, you have control over putting alcohol and drugs in your body, or you have control of undereating. When you feel out of control, you will do anything to get that control back. And even though these things are unhealthy, you still crave that control so much, it doesn't matter. It makes you feel like you have a sense of purpose, or you have a hold on things when you feel like normally you don't have a hold on things. A big thing is you may do it out of fear. Fear of failure, fear of good things happening, fear of abandonment. So because you have so much of fear, you will then focus on the fear. And a lot of times when we try to prevent our fears from happening, we then lead in the direction to cause them to happen because we're so focused on it, we're taking the steps into that direction. So you may be fearful of being unhealthy. So you may take the steps to become unhealthy because the stress is too much for you, that you then do things to cause you to be unhealthy. Or you may be so afraid of losing your partner, you then will do things to sabotage it, like be overly controlling, or you may be clingy, be too needy. That is then sabotaging the relationship. It's the mentality of, I'm gonna get them before they get me. So you may make it feel like it hurts less if you end things, or if you mess it up because you're like, oh yeah, well, I messed it up, so it's fine. Like, it hurts less when you have that one up over them. Or you could do it out of boredom. Some people, they're bored and they don't know what to do with all their extra time, so they will sabotage, or they'll create a little chaos. Maybe life has been a little too quiet, so you may start to notice yourself looking for trouble or starting a little trouble. Kind of like in reality TV, you ever notice those people that start to cause trouble in their lives? They're like, why are you doing that, Meredith? Why are you starting trouble for yourself? Self-sabotaging is a big one for me. I am the queen of self-sabotaging. For instance, I am someone who I just take on everything and I will do everything myself. And there's times when I want to ask for help. But even when I ask someone for help, I will make it difficult to help me, or I'll make it difficult to care for me, because it goes back to those feelings of like, maybe I don't feel like I'm deserving of help, and also maybe there's a sense of like needing that control. So I will self-sabotage someone from helping me. So how do we stop self-sabotaging? The first thing is to recognize that behavior. So the minute you start to notice yourself, you want to go sabotage your relationship, when you're starting to maybe start fights for no reason, or you are starting to get that feeling of discomfort, like you want to create chaos, or if you notice yourself starting to procrastinate from achieving your goals, or stopping yourself from starting a business, whatever it is, recognize when you're doing it and then pinpoint the cause. Why are you doing it? Are you afraid? Are you feeling undeserving? Are you bored? Are you doing this because it's what you're used to? Pinpoint what is the cause. And then it's really important you change your beliefs and your behavior. Replace those unhealthy habits with healthier ones. So instead of overeating, maybe you can go for a jog. Maybe you can call a friend. If you're getting feelings that you want to hurt yourself, maybe go and journal, write music. You just want to replace those unhealthy habits with healthier ones. The minute, like in a relationship where you're starting to cause problems, tell them like, hey, I'm really afraid of losing you. Like, I need help to make sure that I don't do this. Like, if you notice me start sabotaging, say something, or whatever it is. Communicate what you are wanting or what you are needing from your partner to help you feel more comfortable, as well as validating yourself and making sure you are building on yourself, that the relationship, it's okay and it's safe. This will really help you to build that trust with your partner, and also trusting yourself that you're gonna be okay and you got you, and you are worthy and deserving of a good relationship, as well as maybe learning what a healthy relationship looks like, educating yourself about healthy behaviors in a relationship, like communicating, establishing your wants and needs, boundaries, things like that. Same thing with procrastination. Recognize when you're procrastinating. Usually it starts with a thought. You're having a negative thought, and that's why you're procrastinating. So stop yourself and recognize that fear-based thought, recognize that negative thought, and fight it. Don't allow yourself to believe those thoughts, and change it up. Incorporate healthy behavior, like sitting down and fighting those negative thoughts, or educating yourself on how to achieve that goal. It all starts with your self-talk and what you're telling yourself. Make sure that you are changing your beliefs and recognizing like, okay, I believe in myself and I know I'm worthy and I am deserving and I can achieve this goal. I am getting in my own way. Call yourself out. I'm getting in my way again. I don't even know if this negative based thought is actually going to happen. I am just feeding it and I'm leading in that direction. Focus on your success, where you want to be, rather than the fear-based thought of where you're afraid you're going to be. If you focus on your success, you'll be more likely to cause that to happen, rather than if you're focused on your failure, you will be more likely to have that happen because you are taking the steps to help you to fail. You want to take the steps to help you to succeed. And it's easier said than done, but it's really important that you do that. And the last thing is to enforce the healthy behavior, enforce the self-talk, enforce the beliefs. So when you're telling yourself these things, it's important that you close your eyes and you envision yourself as that person, because that helps to change the core beliefs. When you're afraid of failure, you're afraid of abandonment, you are visualizing it happening, and then you are going based on that belief. So you need to change it and change your beliefs on healthy relationships, forming a good relationship with yourself, focusing on being happy and not being afraid of being happy, because you are deserving and worthy of happiness, just like everyone else. You may be getting in your way, and it's time to change those habits. So enforce healthy behaviors. Call yourself out and say, okay, no, I need to make sure that I am taking care of myself. I need to make sure that I stop doing these horrible behaviors like hurting myself or overeating or smoking. It's really important that you enforce the healthy behaviors and you communicate with others that maybe you're struggling. It's really important to have that emotional support so that other people can help you as well. It's okay for you to communicate with others and let them know, like, hey, I have a habit of self-sabotaging. And they can kind of guide, they could be on the sideline, like cheering you on. They're the extra help. And it's okay to ask for help. It's equal parts of doing things for yourself and knowing when to ask for help or reaching out to others for emotional support. It's got to be that balance, because you can't have all leaning on people and not taking care of yourself, and you can't be all just taking yourself and not asking anyone for help. You got to have that balance. So it really helps to communicate with others about that. Not even with relationships, but friendships as well. Recognize when you're pushing people away. And then think of the consequence of what will happen. A lot of times when we push people away, we don't exactly think of the consequence or how we will feel. We just may get the sense that we may just be thinking like, okay, I have to get rid of this person because they may hurt me and I need to be in control and I need to get them before they get me. So think about how you actually feel when you're in that circumstance, how you actually feel really terrible, and maybe sometimes you wish you didn't do that. Remember how much it hurts every time you do it, or what could happen if you continue to do it. And then stop yourself and learn healthy behaviors, which means communicating to the ones that are close to you, communicating how you feel, communicating your fears or your feelings of unworthiness. It's easy to learn, but it's hard to actually do. So it's really important that you do enforce these behaviors and you're aware of your feelings, aware of your wants and needs, communicate with others so that way you make sure to not get stuck in those old habits. And it's okay to mess up. Don't beat yourself up if you mess up. You just get back up and try again. One of my favorite quotes is, fall down 7, stand up 8. I think that's how it goes. But basically, just every time you fall, you just get right back up. And that's most important. It's not what you do, but how you come back from it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you struggle with self-sabotaging, or do you have any more tips to help with self-sabotaging? Leave it all in the comments below. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share with someone that you may think needs it. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye, guys. Maybe life has been a little too mundane. Mundane? Mundane. Is that the word? Okay, Google. How do you say mundane?
On the website dictionary.com, they say, noun, plural boudins, boudin, English boudins. French cookery, a blood
Mundane?
sausage, boudin noir, or
Okay,
sometimes
Google.
a white sauce.
Mundane.
Some information from the web that might possibly help. July 20th, 2020. On the website nationaltoday.com.
I'm not even saying that word. What the hell? Oh, it's too hot. Oy vey. It just got hot out of nowhere. Like it was cold, now it's hot. You hot, Sash? Ugh. Hey guys, welcome back. It's Missy. Guys, welcome back. It's Miss. Ugh, I wasn't feeling that one. It's too hot. It's too hot. Why are you standing so close to the mirror? It is usually a subconscious behavior. Did I want to say that? Safe work. Right?